Bryce and I were looking for something that wasn't chemistry, so we were just fooling around with a little thermite to clean off a spot in his car, but it got a little too hot. Anyways, we're gonna start looking for something that's not chemistry. Hi, I'm John Hu.
And I'm Bryce Vagt. And we're at a swim meet this week and looking for something that isn't chemistry.
Hey, have you ever noticed how some of those hardcore blonde swimmers get kind of a green hair thing going?
Yeah, no, what's up with that?
Maybe we should look into that. I mean, maybe that's not chemistry at all.
I know. What turns hair green, though?
Maybe it's the chlorine in the water.
Let's look into that.
What is it about a swimming pool that could turn our hair green?
Well, they do put a lot of chlorine in the water.
Now, why the heck would they put chlorine in a swimming pool water?
I don't know. Let's go ask an expert.
Why is there chlorine in the water?
Well, primarily we put chlorine in the water because the health department requires us to use that as our disinfectant. It has to be our main disinfectant for the water.
So there is chlorine in the water, and the chlorine acts as the disinfectant. But at the same time, could it be turning our hair green? I think we need to do a bit of an experiment involving hair and chlorine solutions.
Brilliant!
First, we gotta get us some hair.
I think I know a possible volunteer. Go on, give me some of your hair.
No!
Just a little bit.
No way!
Come here.
Hair obtained. Now we're gonna take our 3 samples
Of blonde hair, and we will be putting them in containers of 1 sodium hypochlorite or chlorine bleach or household chlorine bleach, and then we have pool water from the local pool with chlorine and other chemicals, then distilled water. And once we put these in here, we are going to let them soak for approximately 3 days, and then we will see the results.
3 days. Heck, let's just go 2 weeks. While we're waiting for those 2 weeks to end, let's do a little explanation. In this animation, the yellow represents a strand of blonde hair, the blue represents water molecules, and the green represents chlorine molecules. We hypothesize that the chlorine reacts with the hair, causing its color to turn green. The animation shows a hair in the pool. The chlorine in the water moves around and binds to the blonde hair. The blonde hair then turns greenish. Ew. Well, 2 weeks for our hair has come to an end. It's time to take a look at the hair and stick them against these black pieces of paper so we can compare the colors. So let's take a look, shall we? There's the pool water. Looks fairly wet. And the regular tap water. Oh, they're stuck to me. Holy crap. The chlorine bleach hair is disappeared. Come on, take a look. There's nothing in there.
Wow.
After we put the hair on the black paper for comparison, here's the control, the pool water hair, the tap water hair, and this is where the chlorine bleach hair would have been, but obviously since we don't have a chlorine bleached hair sample, it's not there. Anyways, obvious differences, it's a little bit hard to tell, but you can definitely tell that the pool water is a lighter shade than both the tap water and the controlled hair sample. And I think there might be a tinge of green in there, but I think we need to get a second opinion.
Hey Mom, does this look green to you?
I think so, but let me just see. No, I guess this. Yeah, it's green, but show up better if you put it on white. Because then the pigment won't change it so much.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
After switching the hair to a white card, it's fairly easy to tell that there is some green in the hair. It might be hard to tell from the camera, but it's definitely right along mainly here.
If chlorine dissolves our hair, then what could possibly turn our hair green? Well, when all else fails, you can always Google it. Alright, so I Googled the term green hair, and I went all the way down to the bottom, and there's this thing that said green hair, bubble hair. So I clicked on that, and the website would be P&G Beauty Science. Green hair. This condition is always associated with copper in some form. It never affects black hair, as the green becomes lost in the background color. Copper chloride seems to be the thing that causes your hair to turn green. See, chlorine-treated water going through copper pipes tends to be the water that makes hair green. So, looks like copper chloride's our culprit. In this animation, the orange represents a copper pipe, the blue represents the water, and the green represents chlorine. After being sanitized, the pool water travels through the pipe to get back into the pool. As it is doing so, two of the chlorine molecules in the water bind with the copper molecule, forming copper chloride. Copper chloride is the compound responsible for turning hair green.
Our hypothesis was partially correct because chlorine is involved in this process. It binds with copper to form the compound copper chloride, which turns your hair green.
Hair turning green. This is obviously chemistry. So I guess we'll have to keep looking for something in the world that's not chemistry. Anyways, we'll see you later.